Okay, this is Sac County SCSC015523, captioned Verdine Ackerson versus Michael Schrum. That's correct pronunciation, Schrum. And Schrum Hash Inc. The record should reflect that the plaintiff appears in person. She has indicated that she is also going to call as a witness Dean Huffman. The defendant, Michael Schrum, is present in person and with his attorney, Charles Schulte. Are both parties ready to proceed at this time?
Yes, Your Honor. I do have some exhibits if you'd like to mark those now.
Okay. The record should also reflect that the plaintiff has marked her exhibits 1 through 3. And the defendant is marking exhibits.
4 through 7.
Let's do, that's right. And the defendant is marking exhibits 4 through 7.
Just for the record, I was told that you were telling somebody that when the cops...
All right, Ms. Ackerson, you have the burden of proof in this case, so you get to go first.
Okay, should I just...
You need to come forward, bring your exhibits with you. And up here. Now this is the witness stand over here. Don't be nervous. Raise your right hand. Swear the testimony you're about to give in this case will be the truth under penalty of perjury. Okay, take the witness stand. Identify yourself for the record, please.
I'm Verdine Ackerson.
And Ms. Ackerson, you are making a claim here against the defendants for damages to a vehicle, as I understand. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
All right, why don't you just very succinctly tell me
Okay.
what happened?
I went to Dean Huffman's to play the Wii video game, and Mike and Dean were standing outside working on a little trailer that Dean had just gotten, and they finished up and we all went inside and sat down and played the Wii for about an hour, and then I ordered a pizza, and it was to be done at 7:10. I went and picked up the pizza and parked in the same, in the same place that I did when I pulled up. I couldn't pull in the driveway because both Mike and Dean were in the driveway and there was no place to park. And I brought the pizza back, parked in the same spot, brought it in, we all had pizza, and Mike was in a hurry to leave. He ate a couple pieces and left. I said, I'm right behind you because I had to be to work at 8 o'clock. So
the defendant was there with you,
yeah.
is that right?
Yeah.
So your vehicle was parked where?
As you can see in the picture here, it was parked just, here's the driveway,
Okay.
and it was parked right on the other side of the street, just,
Right behind the driveway, where
Yeah, kind of,
where it had a big target.
I guess so. Now I obviously think so, but yeah. And it was clearly done by somebody that pulled out of the driveway. It's the only, there was no other, it couldn't have been hit from, someone on either side of the road because the angle it had to have been someone backing out of the driveway. Even the police report said that. But, and it had to have been someone driving a pickup or a large, like an RV or something, because it was hit too high for it to have been a regular car. The only person, there was only a 15-minute window between the time I brought pizza back at 7:15 and when I left at 7:30. The only person that left was Mike, who drives a pickup.
So you did not actually see the vehicle being struck, is that correct?
No, I did not.
All right. What other exhibits do you have? I mean, you want to offer exhibit 3? Isn't that the picture?
Yeah, that's the picture.
All right.
And,
Do you have any objection to exhibit 3?
No, Your Honor.
All right, exhibit 3 is received.
can I hand it to you, or?
Yeah, why don't you tell us then about, what is exhibit 2?
Okay, 2 is the estimate.
What kind of car is this?
It is an 06 Pontiac G6 hardtop convertible.
Tell me again.
It's a 2006 Pontiac G6
G6 convertible.
hardtop convertible. It's not a regular convertible. It's
And does exhibit 3 show the damage to that vehicle?
yeah, the
And
door.
I'm assuming exhibit 3 shows this particular vehicle, is that correct?
Yeah,
As I understand it, you're saying that was where it was parked at the time it was damaged?
yeah.
And
I mean, it could have been a few inches different, but
This
yeah.
damage on the driver's door,
Yeah.
basically, is the damage you're claiming occurred
Yes.
from the time you got back with the pizza
Yeah.
and the time
I
you
only
left,
had,
is that
in
correct?
fact, I just got my personalized plates like a few days before that, and I had just bought the car, you know. It was my most prized possession, you know, the nicest thing I've ever owned.
I mean, that's neither really here nor there. So-
Yeah,
So
but-
exhibit 2 is the estimate to repair the damage, is
Right.
that correct?
Right.
All right. Shirley, do you have any objection to exhibit 2?
No, none.
All right, 2 is received.
That might be part of the next one.
So, you know, I'm assuming that you went outside and...
I went to leave after, 5 minutes or so after Mike did. I was putting on my shoes when he...
Did you hear any noise outside?
I didn't hear you. We had the video game, and then we had music going, so no, I didn't.
Okay.
And
So you went
left.
outside?
Yeah, he left, and I mean, we thought he came back in because we thought he forgot something, because there was a knock at the door right after that. I was putting my boots on, and another friend, it was Tom Hammond, that came in right after that. I mean,
And did he say anything?
no, I just said my hellos and goodbyes, and because I had to go to work. But when I went outside,
And when you got outside,
I-
you observed the damage to your vehicle?
I couldn't even walk out there any closer. I just turned around and went back in and had Dean come out and look at it. I was hoping that it was that I was seeing things or something, but,
Okay.
and so then Dean got on the phone and called Mike, and
You're gonna have him testify about that,
yeah,
all right?
and even the police report, I didn't say who,
Did you call the police then?
yeah. After he called Mike, and then I called the police, and I didn't say that Mike had backed out at that time. I told him that I didn't know, because I wanted Mike to own up to it if he, on his own. And so a couple days later, when I picked up the police report, I told him then that what had happened. And here's Exhibit 3, and it says that Unit 1 was parked facing south on McClure and west of 703rd, and an undisclosed vehicle backed into the unit, causing damage to the driver's side.
That's Exhibit 1.
Oh, yes, I guess it is.
You want to offer Exhibit 1?
Yes, I guess Exhibit 1.
Mr. Schulte?
I have no objection.
All right, 1 is received. All right, is that it for you?
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Schulte, you have cross.
I just have one question about, when did you take that picture of this Exhibit 1?
Probably a day or two later.
Okay, so you drove your car then and took a picture of it, or had the car stay there?
No, I took it, I had to go to work.
Sure.
I drove it to work.
Sure.
The window wouldn't roll up anymore, but, you know, so I couldn't even drive it when it rained for quite a while.
Okay. I have no further questions.
So,
All right, you may step down. You want to have Mr. Huffman testify now, is that it?
yeah.
Mr. Huffman, come forward, raise your right hand. As far as the testimony you're about to give in this case will be the truth under penalty of perjury.
Yes, I do.
Okay, take the witness stand. Mr. Huffman, based on what I've heard so far, well, first, identify yourself for the record.
My name is Dean Huffman,
Where do you live?
at 703 5th Street, Lakeview, Iowa.
703 5th Street.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, they've got it listed as
You
my,
can't talk. And so, I've heard now that the plaintiff came to your house, the defendant was also there. She's described from Exhibit 3 as this being the driveway to your home. She said that her car was parked approximately in the same location where this car is parked.
Yes.
What do you know about this?
Well, they're both my friends. They're both real close friends. And, this turned into an ugly situation here.
I mean, what do you know about how it happened and that sort of thing?
Well, I know Mike left my house after a year ago. I don't know what it was, but we were playing video games, like I said. He left, and Berdine was going to leave too. They were both going to leave about the same time. He left and drive his truck, and I was in the house. He backed out and left. Berdine walked outside right behind him. And she come back in and just crying and stuff, wondering what the hell happened.
So she has, she's testified about the time interval that's involved here, which I
Right.
think may have some significance. She's saying she went and got pizza, brought it back, you guys
Right.
ate pizza, and within about 15 minutes or so, she thinks the
Well,
defendant left. What's your recollection of that
Right,
time?
it was within a few minutes of each other that they left. They both walked
Yeah,
out the
but I'm
door.
talking about from the time she came back with the pizza,
Yes,
her car apparently had no damage at that time.
right,
From then until the time that
that Mike left.
Mike left, about how much time? do you think?
She ate 2 or 3 pieces of pizza, probably 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
Okay. She's estimated maybe 15 minutes.
Right.
Would you say that would be the outside limit of
Yeah, that'd
how
be,
much time?
yeah.
Did you hear any noise? Did you hear
No, I
any?
did not. It was like, we had noise in the house.
Okay. So just based on the facts and circumstances as you knew them, did you, as a lay person,
First,
I'm talking about now about the location of the driveway, the
Right.
location of the car, the location of the damage on the car.
granted.
As a lay person,
Right.
did you form an opinion?
Right off the bat, yes, I did, sir.
Okay, and what was the opinion that you
That
formed?
Michael Schramm backed into her car.
Okay.
But it was,
Now, she's testified a little bit about the, I'm gonna say the height of the damage on her vehicle?
Yes.
Did that enter into the
Yes, it did.
equation at all insofar as the type of vehicle that likely caused this damage?
Yes, it did.
What opinion did you reach about the
I called
type
Mike.
of vehicle?
I called Mike right away, so it was quite obvious, it was obvious that it came out of my driveway and T-boned her right in the door handle.
Okay. What did he say?
He denied it at first, but then he said, well, let me check. And he went out to check his vehicle, that's what he said on his phone. And then he said, I'll call you back. And he never called me back.
Never called back. So did he state to you that he didn't back into the
He didn't
vehicle?
think so.
Did he state to you that he didn't think he
He
did?
didn't think so, he said.
All right. And he did tell you
I
that
said,
he...
Mike, you sure about that? He said, well, let me check, I'll call you back.
All right. So when this was all going on at your place,
Yes, sir.
was anything being consumed that would have maybe had an effect on people's recollection?
No, sir.
No beer being drank?
Well, I wasn't, but Mike might have been, I don't know. I didn't see what he was drinking.
Okay. No drugs being used or
No,
anything
sir.
of that nature? All right, I'm not making any accusations, not even trying to, but I'm just curious as to whether, there was somebody who was drinking and it might have affected their recollection or
I
whatever.
think it was just an accident, Your Honor, and it was just, and I don't know what happened, why he didn't come forth right away and say something. But he's probably nervous, I don't know.
Okay. But your opinion is that it likely was him, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. Mr. Schulte?
But you didn't see him.
No, sir.
That's all I have.
You may step down.
Thank you.
Let's stop this for just a minute. Check here on my tremendous typing skills here. All right, Ms. Ackerson, sorry about that. Do you have any further evidence that you wish to present at this time?
I would like to say is that when I finally,
I'll let you make an argument at the end, but if you have further testimony that you wish to offer, then
I
you
guess
can come back up.
I don't know if it's testimony or what it's called, but it's my conversation with Mike about this. The only time that we've,
All right, you can, why don't you come back after the witness? You're already sworn, so. So, did you have a conversation with the defendant, Michael Schramm, about this incident?
after about 2.5 weeks of trying to get a hold of him, yeah.
Okay, and what was said that makes you believe, or that you think has relevance here?
He told me, he said, well, what you don't know is I wasn't alone that day. I said, yes, you were. He said, no, I wasn't. I said, bullshit, Mike, you were, He said, no, I wasn't. I said, well, you might not have been during the day, but when you were at Dean's, you were alone. He said, no, I wasn't. I said, bullshit. I said, I'm sure Dean will testify that you were alone. He said, really, are you sure about that? I said, I'm positive. And then I said, well, forget it. We'll just say, I'll see you in court.
So what significance did that supposedly have?
Just that, his thing was that he was going to say he wasn't alone, and, that was proof that he didn't do it. But
Okay. All All right, Mr. Schulte, do you have any questions?
No.
You may step down. Evidence on behalf of the defendant.
I guess I'll call Mike Strong.
Raise your right hand. Swear the testimony you're about to give in this case will be the truth under penalty of perjury. Take the witness stand. Mr. Schulte.
What's your name?
Michael William Schramm,
Where do you live, Mr. Schramm?
314 North 11th Street, Jackson.
And on, I guess about August 11th, 2014, at some point during that day, did you go to Lakeview and visit Dean Huffman?
Yes, I did.
Approximately when did you get to Dean's?
Between 3 and 4, I suppose.
What did you guys do after you got there?
Helped him work on his trailer.
Now, what were you driving?
211 Chevy pickup, owned by my dad.
What color is it?
White,
Where did you park it?
in Dean's driveway.
Were there any other vehicles in Dean's driveway?
Dean's pickup,
Did you park behind his pickup or next to it?
right next to it,
So you were side by side with Dean's pickup?
pretty much.
At the time you arrived at Dean's, was anyone but Dean in the house?
No,
So just the two of you were there at Dean's house for a while?
yes,
Approximately how long did you stay?
up until, after we ate pizza.
Do you remember about what time it was that you left Dean's?
It was after 7.
Was it still light?
Yes.
At some point in your visit with Dean, then did Miss Ackerson arrive?
Yes, she did.
Can you say approximately when, if you left about 7, how long was it before you left that she arrived, or how long?
She arrived, I think, around 4, maybe 5 o'clock.
Okay. What did you guys do?
We played video games.
Was there any drinking or taking of drugs going on?
No.
She testified that at some point she left to get a pizza. Do you recall that?
Yes, it was around 7.
Can you give the court any estimate as to how long she was gone before she came back with the pizza?
10 or 15 minutes.
And during that time, were you continuing to play Wii with?
Yes.
After she got back, I assume you all ate pizza?
Yes.
And how long after she got back with the pizza before you left?
15 minutes maybe.
So you sort of agree with her timeline?
Yes.
Explain what you did after you left.
I left there and drove back to Sac City and mowed.
I assume you got into your pickup,
Yes.
and I assume from the way you were parked that you had to drive out of the, you had to back out of the driveway.
Yes, I did.
Do you recall any problems during backing out?
No, I don't.
Did you have a clear view to the rear?
Yes, I did. It was like,
And do you recall seeing her vehicle behind you?
no, I don't.
You got home and you mowed your lawn. When was the next time you heard about this?
Later that night when Dean called me,
And what did Dean say to you?
he asked me if I had hit her car.
And what was your reaction?
No, I didn't.
And at some point did you say, "I'll go check"?
I did say that, yes.
And what did you mean by "I'll go check"?
Well, I thought I better at least look again.
Look at what?
My pickup.
So as you understand, the allegation was that you had backed into the driver's door of her car.
Yes.
Did you go look at your pickup?
Yes, I did.
And have you since taken pictures of your pickup
Yes, I have.
since this accident was reported?
Well, no, not when the accident was, when I served with paper.
Well, no, I mean after the accident was reported.
Yes. But I don't know that, I never had any knowledge of the accident recorded.
Oh, okay. I'm going to hand you, I guess, what would be relevant would be Defendant's Exhibits 4 and 5. Can you explain to the court what those are?
So
left and the right rear end of my pickup.
So your pickup is white?
Yes, it is.
What color are the bumpers?
Chrome.
And what do those pictures show or not show?
That there is no damage to my pickup.
They'll offer, what is that, exhibit 4 and 5?
Yes.
Okay, Your Honor, I'll offer exhibit 4 and 5.
Any objection?
No objection, but if that is his pickup, not his dad's. They were identical pickups, and he told someone else that it was
Wait,
kind
no,
of...
I'll give you a chance. All right, do you have any objection to exhibits, is it 3 and 4?
4 and
4
5.
and 5, to exhibits 4 and 5. No objection?
I guess not.
All right, you can ask questions about it here in just a little bit. When I say it's time, okay? 4 and 5 are received.
Is that a picture, or are those pictures of the same vehicle that you were driving when you visited Dean Huffman that day?
Yes.
You have absolutely no recollection of any type of accident there?
I don't.
I have no further questions.
Do you have questions for this witness?
I guess my question would be...
You know, if you think he made a statement to somebody who you know, you can ask him, did you tell such and such?
Did you tell Johnny Burgess that when the cops finally came, it was your dad's truck and not yours that they...
No, I did not.
Okay.
Anything else you want to ask him? No? All right, you may step down. Additional evidence on the office. All right, do you have any rebuttal evidence that you wish to offer? Something that would cast doubt on his testimony?
I think he's casting enough doubt on it. No, I don't have anything to say.
All right. Do you have a closing argument or closing statement that you wish to make?
Just that there's no one else it could have been. I mean, I wish there was, but there isn't. It had to have been. There's, you know, for me to believe it wasn't him, I'd have to believe someone pulled into the driveway and pulled right back out and hit in that a couple of minutes, and they had to have been driving a truck. I mean, I don't think so. You know?
So you're saying the circumstances,
Exactly.
even though you don't have an eyewitness, you believe that you've proven your case
Yes.
circumstantially. Okay. Mr. Schultz.
I have no idea why Mr. Trump would deny that he'd been involved in the accident unless he wasn't. There's no reason that I can think of for him not to accept responsibility if the responsibility were his. I can't explain how the accident happened, but then I don't have to. Her theory, I suppose, is as good as anyone else's. Someone could have come and pulled in the driveway to turn around, backed out, and hit a car. And there's all sorts of things that could have happened. I'm just saying that there is no proof by preponderance that what she's saying is the way the accident occurred and the damage to her car occurred.
All right. It's submitted. I'll get a decision.
Chuck? Yes, I'm just, you want to say?
The Stromharsh does not own that pickup.
Oh, okay, and there's no evidence that the Stromharsh Incorporated was the owner of the pickup. I guess we need to maybe make a record on that if you'd like to reopen the record.
Well, I think we need to have somebody sworn.
We will do that. I'll call Gene Strom.
Come forward, raise your right hand. before the testimony you're about to give in this case will be the truth under penalty of perjury.
Yes,
You need to stay standing.
Gene, you're Mike's father, is that correct?
yes.
And one of the defendants in this lawsuit is Schramm-Harsch Inc.,
Mhm.
correct? Can you explain to the court just what Schramm-Harsch Inc. is?
It's a corporation that I am involved in, and they don't own any pickups or equipment of any kind, so.
The corporation, as I understand it, owns nothing but land, farmland.
True.
And you're the president of the corporation
Yes,
and chief stockholder, along with your wife,
yes.
and you do not own the pickup that was involved in this situation?
No,
Or rather, the corporation does not
no,
own that pickup.
Who does?
Who owns that pickup?
I do.
So Gene Schramm does, personally.
Okay?
Did Mike have permission to drive that pickup then?
Yes.
Okay, I have no further questions.
Anything you want to ask him? All right. Case is submitted.